Hello, this is the Chapter 2 review, Parts 1 and 2. If you're a Dudley kid, Mrs. Carlton calls it the Integers Review Unit. Let's get going. Plot the following numbers on the number line. -4, 1, -5, 0. So it looks like we're going to go from, let's just get 0 in the middle here. And then we have a range of -5 on one end. So here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be -5. -5. This would be -4. Check that guy off. Check this guy off. Here would be -4. We've got 0. We've got 1. So let's space these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just fill the rest of these in. All right. So -4 would be right here. We'll put a dot there. Put a point or a dot here on -5. We also have 0. I've got that one in. Put in 1. And put in 3. Okay, we've plotted those all. Oops, -2, not -2. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got those 6. So now we have to identify positive integers from the number line below. Well, positive integers are going to be anything that's on this side of 0. These will be the negative ones. And then 0 itself is neutral. So that's kind of the in-between there. So the positive ones here, positive integers, put a little bracket here. It would be 2 and 4. The negative ones, if you wanted to know the negatives, would be -1 and -4. And then if they said the neutrals, we want 0. All right, I can identify integers from given situations. It's kind of a quirky deal here. It's the one time you don't really want to use labels. When they're asking for the integer, they're just asking for the number. A profit of $256. Well, profit is money made, so we would just write that as 256 without the dollar sign. The submarine descended 10,576 feet. That's going down, so we'd write that as 10,576. A loss of $1,245. That again would be a negative 1,245. And a car drove 850 miles. This would just be 850. No labels in this isolated situation here, because they're just asking you for the integer, which is that number, the whole number, without a fraction or anything attached. I can identify a quadrant from an ordered pair, and then name the quadrant that the following points are located in. All right, I'm just going to take and sketch one out here real quick. This will be 0. This is my y-axis. This is my x-axis. This will be quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. I always think about it like a clock that runs backwards. This would be 1 o'clock, and it's going this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so -3, -4. If we were to think of this as a XY table, we'd go -3, we go over, and we go up -4. So this point is going to be in quadrant 2. Over 12, up 4. This one is going to be in quadrant 1. -2, go back, -7. This one here will be in quadrant 3. I know I'm not doing these to scale. I'm just kind of giving the idea. And this is 0, -2. Over 0 and then -2. This one actually, this would fall on the y-axis, not in a quadrant. So quadrants 1, 2, 3, 4. This one here would have coordinates that were positive and a positive. This one would be a negative and a positive. This one would have a negative first and then another negative. And this one would have a positive and then a negative. Okay? This is the only one that didn't get a point put into it. So I would just say like for negative 3. You could plot that over 4, negative 3. That would be in quadrant 4. All right, let's move on to page 2. We are going to graph the following ordered pairs on the coordinate plane provided. So let's put in our origin, put in our y-axis, our x-axis. So we have negative 8, 0. So I'm just going to use a scale of 1. I think that will work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's negative 8. And then I'm going up 0. Negative 8, 0. I'm just going to double check my counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. I'm an old guy and those numbers are small. 3, negative 2. So again, now we're going to go positive. Here's kind of your key to it. You're either going to go forward or backwards first, and then you're going to go up or down. So 3, so I'm going to, this would be positive, this would be negative, this would be positive. So we're going to go forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go down 2, 3, negative 2. So 1, 2, 3, and then negative 2. So this would be 3, negative 2. All right, now we have negative 6, negative 2. So we're going to go backwards again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then down 2, because it's a negative number, that would be right here. Negative 6, negative 2. Well, if this is negative 8, that would have to be negative 6, so that guy's graphed right. Then we have 0, negative 3. Okay, we've got 0. We'll go over 0, and we go negative 3, which is down 1, 2, 3. This one here would be, put the coordinates down here. 0, negative 3. That lands right on the y-axis. And then we have 1, 4. So we go over 1 and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 1 and 4. Again, this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4 down here. Just trying to build in as much review as I can. This is an easy unit. We need these points. Identify the ordered pair from the point on the coordinate grid. Well, let's start over here in quadrant 1. Kind of go backwards. So this would be over 5 and up 6. Double check that. 5, 6. Yeah. Let's do point C here. So this would be over negative 2 and up 3. Over negative 2, up 3. I'm always tracing all over these things. Okay, B, this would be over negative 5 and up 5. Watch how I check this again. Over to negative 5 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, and then D, this looks like it's negative 2, negative 2. So negative 2, negative 2. Let me just double check. Over negative 2 and then down 2. D is negative 2, negative 2. And then we've got a couple here. We've got F would be over 2 and down 6. So over 2, negative 6. Yep. This one's going to be very similar to it. It's over 3. E over 3 and then down negative 4. Over 3 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see it comes across. All right. Let's keep rolling. All right, let's get these ordered from greatest to least. So this would be greatest and this would be least. So which of these is the biggest? They all have 35. No, they don't all have 35. This has 37. This would be the biggest, 37,000, just looking at these first ones. So this is going to be the greatest, 37,565. I noticed that these two are 35s. They're going to go in the middle, but this guy here is the least, so I'll put him over here. 30,000, 565. Now we've got 35,657 and 30,765 or 35,765. No, now I'm focused on this part because those are the same. This one's bigger, so 35,765. And this is 35,657. All right. I will try to do this next one just a little bit neater. Now we're going to do from least to greatest. There's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be least. This will be greatest. So 2,300, 2,500, 1,300, 2,300, 2,000. Well, I had one that was 1,000. So that's got to be, there's only one that's 1,000. So 1343 has to be the least. And then I usually look for the largest. This is 2,300, 2,500. That's the biggest. So we'll cross that off. 2,543. Then I usually just start kind of placing them in. What's the next smallest? Well, this is 2,300. 2,300, 2,000. So this is going to be 2,034 right here. Now we have 2,343, 2,345. Well, 43 is less than 45, so this is 2,343, and then 2,345. And let me just double check that. Here's 1,343, 2,034. 2,343, 2,345, 2,543. The way we do this to make it confusing, you notice, is we're using the same digits, just in different place value positions. All right, here we got this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we're going from least to greatest again. This is where I usually get messed up. That's why I labeled them least to greatest. So which is the smallest? 123, 123, 123, 123, oh boy, they're all the same. So let's look at the last digits. 378, 244, 471. This is the smallest, 123,012. Okay, again, cross that dude off. Now we've got 378, 244, and 471. I can just focus on those because remember I read all of these. They're all 123. So the next one would be 244. So 123,244 would be the next one. And then 123,378. And then 123,471. Let me just double check this. 123,012, or I'm just going to look at the, the 123,000 is the same, so I'm just going to look at this. I've got 12, 200, 300. That's the worst looking 4 I've ever seen. Oh, 471. This is my greatest. Sorry. That was part of the number. All right, let's get on these ones here. We got to go from greatest to least. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, and we'll move that least over this time. All right, well they're all 9,000, so we can look at. See, I looked at that. They're all 4 digits, so we can just look at, the other digits. Well, the smallest looks like 12, so I'm just going to write that in there. We'll double check it. The greatest, this is 12, 235, 234. It looks like this one, 9,235, and then that will be this guy, 9,234, and then we would have this 9,023. Okay, so let me just check that. 9,235, 9,234, 9,023, 9,012. Yes, that would be from greatest to least. All right, now we need to fill in the blank with less than, greater than, or equal symbols. So I have 56,348, 57,427. Well, I mean, these here don't even really matter. We're just looking, this is 56,000 some. This is 57,000 some. So the 57 is bigger, so it's greater. We have a couple of negatives in here, even though we're not going to be testing you on this. I think it's important that we look at it. We talked about them in class. This one here is greater because if you were to think of a number line, here's 0. This is me negative 16, and negative 21 is going to be here. The closer you are to 0, the larger the number. So the farther you get away from 0 in the negative numbers, the smaller the value. So, you can think of it as a rules reversing. Negative 16 is closer to 0. It's larger than this. You can also think of it as this way. Negative 16 is greater than negative 21 because it's less negative. This is more negative. All right, let's take a look here. We have 862,000, 862,000. Those are the same. 312, 123. This one is bigger because it's 300, and this is 100. Negative 23 and 23. I know you want to say that these are equal. No. It's got a negative sign. Anytime you're comparing a positive and a negative, the positive is always going to be greater than the negative. Okay? A little bit of 7th grade math. We're just kind of getting you to lead into that. We'll do lots of negative numbers next year. Okay, you have 32,000 and 32,000, 432, 432. These two are equal. All right, thanks for playing today. See ya.